must keep in mind that they had made 6 changes to the team that beat Aston Villa, so maybe in some ways that had its effect. So there's confirmation of how the table stands after tonight's results. Liverpool now go top on 9 points with Napoli in second place. They drew 1-1 with Salzburg this evening. So a win next time out for Liverpool over Napoli, and that game is at Anfield, and that will guarantee them a place in the round of 16. So in terms of the bigger picture, it's, as I said, job done for Liverpool, and they'll be confident that they can complete the job against Napoli next time out. But let's look back at that second half. And first of all, Richie, or I should say David, it was, again, a good start to the half by Liverpool because they got the goal reasonably early.
Yeah, of course. They've been disappointed. They concede on, just before half-time. But as you see here, Origi picks it up, does well, gets by his man, stands a good cross up, goes out. This is what Fabinho was key for Liverpool, picking up them second balls. Salah does well. You think it's going to go to Keita, but it falls to the Ox. He turns on the swivel, and it's an incredible finish. And he's 4 goals in his last 3 starts, which is very good for a man coming back into form. And he'll be giving Jurgen Klopp a selection headache now come Sunday.
Yeah, and there was lots of nice football in front of goal, David, but not the end result that we expect from Liverpool these days.
You would expect them, obviously, to kick on and, obviously, the chances they created to score 5 and 6 goals. But, look, it's a professional performance. They've won the game. That's all that matters. There's no injuries. I'm surprised to see Firmino come on. Maybe it was just for Origi to get a round of applause being, from Genk or whatever. But nobody's injured. 3 points are in the bag. So all focus now for the big game Sunday. Yeah,
but I suppose, Richie, you pointed out before the match that Genk created chances first time out against Liverpool in their home match, and again they came to Anfield and they threatened the Liverpool goal a couple of times, and it could have been slightly different.
Look, at this level you'd expect any team to be able to create some opportunities over 90 minutes. This was definitely the best opportunity they had in the second half. It was a wonderful little chip by Denor into Heinen, who had a lot of space. Denor then joins in here and heads the ball over the bar. You'd have to ask questions as to what was going on in the central defence of Liverpool, as to how they could split in the way that they did and the player would find that much space, but they didn't really create a clear-cut opening other than that. This is Alisson was called in here. He comes out here with a strong hand, clears it out of the way, but a professional job done. They did enough. A lot of talk this season so far about Liverpool leaving things late, not hitting their peak. None of that matters if you keep winning games. So they did exactly what they set out to do, which is get 3 points with a team that's recognised by everyone as being weaker than what they can put out. So they can play a lot better. They will get a lot better, but it was a job well done.
Yeah, and speaking of players who can do a lot better, can Mo Salah do a lot better, Liam? Because there were some positive aspects to his play tonight, but again, the finishing seems to be letting him down.
Yeah, he's suffering in front of goal at the moment. He's snatching at things. We saw unbelievable finishing from the last 2 seasons, where this was a routine. He bent it in the far corner. This time he misses the target. Again, we're used to seeing him at least get that on target, not pull it as wide as he did there. Expecting this in the far corner, I don't think he's entitled to pass it, but he just didn't get hold of it at all. So maybe there's a bit of lack of confidence in his finishing at the moment. That was a poor pass from him. He had a very kind of mixed bag game. Again, not a very good finish. This was his part in the goal, as David pointed out. It's good footwork here, releases the ball, and that's another assist from him. And actually, when you look at his record this season, it's not too bad, even though we're pointing out these things. It's 15 games, he's got 8 goals and multiple assists. So he's still contributing. I would say that he misses Firmino when
you feel he's the missing piece of the jigsaw.
Knits it all together, and when you get the 3 of them, Mane, Firmino, and Salah, I think 9 times out of 10, two out of 3 of them are going to play really well, and it makes all the difference. But Firmino is the man that releases Salah, I think, better than anyone.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too worried. The season is long, and he's going to come good the way we know he can.
Yeah, but can I just ask this question, David? Is this the sort of performance we possibly should expect at times when the manager, because of the number of fixtures that he's facing into, has to heavily rotate the squad? I mean, there were 6 changes from the Villa game. I mean, it's a fair amount, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of changes, but like I said before we started, these players know what they're coming into. They know that, what's required of them. The formations they're playing, how dynamic the team is. Everything is well structured from training. And yes, there are going to be changes, but tonight's game was, it's just about a professional performance, getting the 3 points. Like, they dictated play. Possession stats were probably 75-80% to Liverpool. They have 20 plus chances. They're just going to be probably frustrated. Certain players like Salah will be frustrated that he's not got in, and scored a couple of goals because he had some good chances.
Because they've such quality with Salah up front, Richie, when we say their strongest 11 is on the pitch, is this something that Liverpool can work through, that they've got plenty of time to get Salah back on form?
We're talking here like they were beaten, like that question. Like they
the expectations are very high of this team. I mean, they're the reigning European champions, and so maybe the performance levels aren't hitting what even the fans expect at times.
And on paper, like, you've had Mane, Firmino and Robertson, 3 of their really strongest attacking options to that team. It strengthens them. I don't know how much money those would cost, but that's a massive impact that those 3 players could if you could bring them in. Even the premise of your question is that, like, we should expect a team that can play brilliantly to consistently play brilliantly, and no one can do that. There are very few people in the history of the game who've ever been able to reach and maintain excellence. Now, they've done it in a really entertaining way. Their loss record is phenomenal domestically. Go back to, was it 1 defeat in 49 league games or something? So I don't think they'll be concerned in the dressing room. I think Klopp will be sitting there applauding the players for what they did tonight. The goalkeeper will probably have a gripe again about a lack of a clean sheet. Barring that, though, they'll be satisfied with the night's work.
Yeah, and also, Peter, Napoli only drew, which means that if Liverpool beat Napoli, they're guaranteed first place qualifying, which is so it's a good place to be, especially going into the last game when you can rest players. Then you're not playing for first place. You already know you've got that.
They're in a very, very strong position.
Very strong position. I accept that, and it's only Manchester City next in the Premier League.